Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today in this video, I'll be teaching you how you can send emails right from your WordPress admin area without having to use any third-party software like MailChimp or Brevo, any other email marketing software that we have out there. And without wasting time, let's get started with the video. So the first thing you need to do is to log into the WordPress admin area for your website. For my own case, I'll just hover on this text and click on dashboard. While you're logged into your WordPress admin area, you need to come down to plugins and select add new plugin. So right here, we need to come to this search plugins bar and search for a plugin called newsletter. What I want to do now is to install and activate this first plugin that says newsletter send awesome emails from WordPress. So now we've installed the plugin and also activated it successfully. Now because I've used this plugin on my website before, it didn't bring out a welcome wizard. Now let's start from that aspect. What you need to do is to come to the newsletter here. In case you didn't see a welcome wizard, I'm going to come to settings. So under settings, I'll just come to setup wizard and you can continue with me from here. Now it says welcome to the newsletter plugin and thank you for choosing the best mail management system for WordPress. We're just going to click on next. Alright, so this is the center aspect. It says choose which name and email address you will like to appear as the sender of your newsletter. Now here is where you're going to put in the name that you want to appear in the emails and also the email address in which you want your newsletter to be sent from. So I've put in the title of my website and also my personal email address right here. Now click on next. So for the subscription form, it says choose what to ask your subscribers in your forms. Do you want to ask for their name? You're going to tick this checkbox. And do you want to add a privacy checkbox too? You're going to tick this to activate that. Now we're going to click on next. Subscription and edit page creation. So it says we just created the page where your visitors will subscribe and where they will edit their preferences. Now click on next and it says it is time for some tests. Now to know whether your website can send out emails without any issues, we're going to run this test right now. So it says check if your website can send emails correctly. Now we're going to put in the email address we want to use for the test email and click on this send test message. So it says check your mailbox for a test message and also check the spam folder as well. Now I'm going to open up this email address to check the email. So you can see the test email here. Just open it up and yes, this is working as we want it to work. Now let's come back here and click on next. So it says add newsletter widget to your sidebar. In case you want to add the newsletter widget to your sidebar, let's say you're using a sidebar in your blog, this is going to be a good idea for you. But for me, I'm just going to click on next and yeah, it says hooray, you are now ready to begin using newsletter. Now let's come back to newsletter and let's click on dashboard. Okay, so there are some settings that we've already touched through the process of the setup wizard, but we're going to be looking at some other options that we didn't touch during the process of the setup wizard. Okay, we've already looked at the sender name and address. Now subscription, do you want pop-up and inline forms? So it says activate the subscription form to grow your subscriber list. Now let's click on this configure. Actually, I'm going to right click and open it in a new tab. Alright, so these are all the forms that are available with this newsletter plugin, and we have these 3 forms with this plugin and all other forms need some add-on required. So for this standard form, let's see how this works. Click on this J icon to configure and here we can see the fields that we can add to our subscription form. So the email address is necessary, it is required, you can't untick this. Now you can decide to add their first name or last name. So if you want to request for their first name, you can just tick this box and this is where they're going to put in their first name. You can put in a placeholder here. For my own case, I put in John Doe because that is the most popular name you use for someone with no identity. Now you can also change this from required to optional in case it is not required but you just want them to put it there if they feel like. But for my case, I want it as required. They must put in their email address, their first name and last name before they can subscribe to my newsletter. Now you can also go ahead and add a gender, so you can choose a woman, a man, or you can put others. Now you can also make this optional or required also, but for this case we're not going to be using gender because we do not need anything that has to do with their gender. And also for the button, for the subscribe button, you can change the text to probably join my newsletter or any other text of your choice. But for this tutorial, we're going to be using subscribe. And then for the privacy, do you want to enable privacy? Yes. And then the label, we want I accept the privacy policy. You can also give it another text, maybe I have read and accepted the privacy policy for these websites. Anything you want to do, anything you want to change the text to. And also for the privacy URL, I put in the actual subdomain for these websites because I don't have a privacy policy page. So in case you are using this on a live website, you need to create a privacy policy page. And in that policy page, you need to talk about this email subscription and how you intend to process their data so that they will have an idea whether they want to actually subscribe to your email list or not. And for the salutation, we're going to leave everything as it is. Just click on save and let's move on. So it says be notified when someone subscribes, and yeah, you can decide to activate a notification so that you'll be notified when a new person subscribes to your email list. We're not going to be touching this because I won't even advise you to turn on this option, because by the time your email list starts getting bigger and you're getting, let's say, tens and hundreds of subscription per day, you do not want to get a notification each time everybody subscribes to your lists. So we're just going to skip that. Now for the welcome email, you can customize the welcome email to reflect your style. Now let's open up this review in a new tab. All right, so this is where you can customize the welcome text. So for the default one, it says your subscription has been confirmed, text for subscribing. You can then decide to add any other thing like text for subscribing, and we hope you love our emails, or content, anything you want to add. In case you want to link it, anything you want to do, you want to style, bold, italics, anything you want to do, you can do it right here. So now we can just come down here to click on save, or you can also preview. Now this is for the page. First of all, let's save this. Now let's move on to the email tab. Click on this email. All right, so we have the default here, and this is going to be a welcome email. Now let's click on customize. So it says this message confirms your subscription to our newsletter. Thank you for your subscription. Thank you for your subscription. And also you can put a link for them to change their profile in case they want to change any details about themselves. So this is where you can do that. Now you can also save this. So moving on, you can decide to get a free license and install free add-ons to get more power, but actually I just want to take this on the basic level. I don't want to dive deep into this plugin because it is actually a very wide plugin, so you might need to check out things yourself. Now we've also tested the email delivery when we were working with the welcome wizard, and you can also review your company info and socials, and you can create your first newsletter. So this is what we're going to be doing now. Let's create our first newsletter. Now let's open this in a new tab. So we're going to click on this add new button. Yeah, we have some templates that we can choose from, but we're going to be starting afresh. So let's scroll down and we should be able to see a blank template. Okay, probably we can just cancel this and start afresh. All right, so our subject is going to be, let's say, sample email, and our snippets, let's just say this is a sample email. Hopefully this is going to pass through the Gmail tests, and let's move on. And for the body, to start designing this email, we need to drag in some widgets from this right hand side. Now we can put in an heading, and it says an awesome title. Right here we can just change this to an awesome, let's say an awesome email. Remember to click on apply to save changes, and we're going to put in the body. We're going to put in the body of the email. So we're going to drag in this text. If you've used MailChimp or Brevo or any other email marketing software, you're going to be familiar with this. So I don't think I have any need to talk about how to build up this email from scratch, but you can have an idea of how to design your email with this. So we can just leave this demo text, lorem ipsum $, and click on apply. So you can add any other thing you feel like adding, let's say your legal, footer, social, image, separator, anything you want to add. And this is how you can customize and design your email. Now there are some icons right here, and each of them has their own use. So this first one is to create a template. You can click on this. To import a template rather. You can click on this to import a template. Now we're going to close this. For this is going to be personalization. So you can see the placeholders that you can use to personalize this email. So when you use this placeholder, it's going to show their first name. When you use this placeholder, it's going to show their last name. This one is going to show their email. This one is going to show their profile number, email online view. And yeah, these are the placeholders available to use with this newsletter plugin. Now let's close this. And for this one, we can add attachments to it. And it says attachments are not supported. We can read more about that. Let's just close this. This is going to be for test email. Before you send out this email, this newsletter to your subscribers, let's say you have 1,000 subscribers. Before you send out this newsletter to 1,000 subscribers, you can send it to one email that you control to see whether everything works out well before you now send it to your old subscribers. Now let's close this also, and this is where you can switch to preview mode. But before we click on this, just to be safe, let's save this email that we just designed. All right, so we've done that. The next thing we can just do is to click on next, and right here we can then send out this email to everybody that is subscribed to us. But at the moment we do not have any subscription. As you can see right here, we have 0. And now let's fix that real quick. Come to subscribers and click on all subscribers. So let's just add one new subscriber manually. So click on, don't let us add it manually. Let us add this through the page that it created for us. Now let's come to pages, open all pages in a new tab. So scroll down, and this is the page that the newsletter plugin created for us. Now let's view this page. I'm going to put in my first name and last name here, and I'm also going to put in my email address. Now I'm going to tick this checkbox and click on subscribe. Okay, so it says your subscription has been confirmed. Thank you for subscribing, and we hope you love our emails or content. Remember when we changed this the other time? And by the time I open my email, I should get a welcome email right there also. So as you can see, we have this welcome email here that says the message confirms your subscription to our newsletter. Thank you for your subscription. And also I can change my profile from here, and we have the website link here. Now let's move on to sending out our newsletter. And I can also decide to show you how you can add manually. So click on add new, and I'm going to put in a valid email address here. All right, one more step. We can decide to put in their their details like first name and last name. I'm just going to put in my own name, and gender is not specified, status is confirmed, and yep, everything is okay. Let's just click on save. So this has been saved. We can then go back to sending out our newsletter. So to do that, come to all newsletter, and we have one in drafts. What we can just do is to open up this draft by clicking on this pencil icon and click on next, and now we can send it out to our 2 subscribers. For example, if you want to send this email to a particular list, this is one of the in-depth areas of this plugin, and if you are familiar with email marketing software, you will understand this list and every that thing very well. And actually I have a video that I can link down in the description below that is going to help you with this. I'm going to try my best to put a video down in the description below, and also link it up in the card above so you can watch and have a better idea of how to use this plugin. Although I was using Omnisend in that video, but it still works hand in hand together. All right, so without wasting time, let's just click on send now, and yep, click on OK, and the newsletter is getting sent out to our subscribers. So let's check our inbox to see whether we received our email. Okay, so here it is, this first email right here, an awesome email, the remisum, the Losita Mets, everything is working well. So it says images are aiding. This message might be suspicious or spam. This is actually because we didn't send out something meaningful. That's why Gmail is trying to block out this email, thinking it's going to be a spam. For example, our body is just a dummy text. Our heading is also something not that human-like, and we have just sample email here. So you can just click on show images. So far you trust the person sending out this newsletter to you, and you can just whitelist their email address. All right, so now let's go back to our dashboard, and one thing you can also do is to change the delivery speed in case you want to set how many emails per hour or emails per second. So let's just click on this review, and right here we're going to come to delivery speed. So it says maximum emails per hour. This is set to 100. You can decide to set it to anything you want, but it's going to be a minimum of 12. And also maximum emails per second, you can decide to set it to anything you want, but 0 stands for unlimited. So unlimited emails can get sent within seconds. All right, So with this, we've come to the end of this video, and you can just install this plugin and try to check out other things I didn't mention in this video for yourself. So if you want to start sending out newsletter from your WordPress admin area without having to use any third-party software, I hope this video has been able to put it through and show you how you can do that with these simple steps. So in case you enjoyed this video, kindly leave a like and also subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. And in case you have any questions or any suggestion for me, kindly leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to respond to your comments as soon as possible. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.